Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Curiosity. So, we have learned a brief introduction about hearing loss. Now I will be telling what are the types of hearing losses. As I told you, here have three parts: the outer, middle and inner parts. So, this is the outer part. Yeah. So, hearing loss can be conductive or sensory, neural or mixed hearing loss. Going on to detail of conductive hearing loss. Conductive hearing loss can be any problem that results from blockage to the conductive system that sends signal to the inner ear. So there are there are two options, two conditions. The first is the outer ear being affected, and the second is middle ear being affected. And it can be even the outer ear and the middle ear being affected. Now moving on to the sensory neural hearing loss. Here the outer and middle ear don't have to do with anything. The inner ear plays the role. So if there is any damage to the inner ear, it can result in sensory neural hearing loss. So if there is a problem in the cochlea, there arises sensory hearing loss, and if there is a neural problem, then it becomes neural hearing loss. But mostly it will be like in all the sensory neural hearing loss, there will be a cochlea and the nerve components in it. In most of the cases, the prevalence of occurring sensory neural hearing loss is very high nowadays. Mainly it occurs due to the aging and other contributory factors. Going on to the mixed hearing loss, we can say mixed hearing loss is a combination of sensory neural hearing loss and conductive hearing loss. That is, it is composed of, it can be three types. Here it is two, and the sensory neural hearing loss also can be either sensory or neural, but mixed hearing loss can be three types. Like the first condition is only the outer ear being affected, and I'll tell you the conditions. Okay. I'm not drawing in detail because there's a shortage of time. Okay. The first one is outer ear is being affected and the inner ear. The second condition is the inner ear and middle ear is being affected. Then the outer, inner and middle ear can be affected. Actually, some of the middle ear pathologies can be progressed into mixed hearing losses. I already told you in the previous video that conductive hearing loss affects soft sounds more, and sensory neural hearing loss it affects the speech understanding ability or the speech perception ability. So this is the main classification of hearing loss: the conductive, sensorineural and mixed. There are many other classifications also. Hearing loss can be classified on the basis of congenital versus acquired. Congenital hearing losses are those cases where when we are born itself we have hearing loss, and acute can be any noise-induced hearing loss, hearing loss due to any fracture, or hearing loss by any other illness or something. So hearing loss can be even gradual or progressive. It can be also called as sudden and progressive. Hearing loss, like when we get a sudden hearing loss, maybe most of the ototoxic hearing loss are sudden and they're static. But there are some hearing loss which is progressive, like Meniere's disease, that worsens with time. And hearing loss can be in early onset before developing the language, called as prelingual hearing loss, and it can be in late onset, like after developing the language, called as postlingual hearing loss. Or hearing loss can be either static or functional.